was going to leave you to have a gorgeous little music montage, but I realised I never jumped in and explained why I think it's so important to have a cosy but productive morning routine. For me, it's so important for the first hour of my day, I have recently realised, to be filled with almost nothing, with just things that I say I don't have time for. Journaling, reading, just sitting in stillness. Because for me, if I say I'm going to wake up and go straight to the gym and get on with work, I find that I don't wake up because I don't want to wake up to stress immediately and to like pushing myself and getting a start with my day. So for me, I've realised recently how important it is to actually have that hour in the morning doing things that make me want to get out of bed, essentially. So that is what I'm doing here. Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? As you can see, a little bit tired today, but I wanted to show you guys my new morning routine because I feel like I've been banging on about it all over socials about how it's like really helping me kind of stay sane, to be honest, like regulate my mood and just stay sane. Like if I don't do this for like a day or two, instantly like everything's different, my mood has changed, I'm going through yet another quarter life crisis. Like the power it holds to just have a bit of a routine in place and just like have set things that you said you were going to do in the morning is just insane. No matter what time it is, no matter what the things are, like whatever is like 1% better for you, whatever that looks like, to do that first thing in the morning, I can't even tell you how unbelievably beneficial it's been. Which is funny because again, I never had a bad morning routine. I would get up at like 7, I would kind of just like whatever, get ready, go to the gym. It wasn't by any means like, I don't know, like unproductive or like lazy, but it wasn't a routine. It wasn't like set things I would do every morning. It was like I'd get up at 7 and eventually I'd get myself to the gym. But that's not what we do anymore. So as you've seen, I've just journaled, and then I'll probably like make a snack depending on if I'm like going to the gym or going running. But normally I'm not like porridge hungry at this point. I like to go do my workout and come back to my porridge as like a treat. So I'm just having a bagel, and I think I'm gonna go on a run this morning. It's not very nice outside. And the only thing about going on a run is I do have to kind of like wait that little bit longer because it's darker for longer in the mornings now. So I'll probably have to wait until about 7:30. So we have a bagel and we'll read. Now is also the time I will take my vitamins. I leave them out so that I see them. I am back on my Vital game, which if you don't know, not sponsored. You like go online, you take a quiz, they give you vitamins, essentially. And I started doing it beginning of this year or beginning of last year. And I could tell a difference straight away again when I stopped. So the other day when I wasn't feeling great, I was like, I think I need to start my Vital again. I'm taking iron because a lot of you guys have told me with like the amount of training I do and like things that I put on my story, just like losing hair and feeling extra tired and stuff, that I probably need to up my iron intake because of the exercise I do. That's just what I got told. And I've always had a bit of a deficiency in iron when I've got my bloods done and stuff. My bagel's a bit too brown for my liking. I was too busy talking to you guys. I really, really don't want to get out on a run today. It feels chilly. My sofa is so comfy. That is the only thing about a cozy morning routine, is you have to know that you can pull yourself off the sofa, because while that hour is so nice to just like start your day nice and calm and cozy, it does make this portion a little bit harder sometimes. Sometimes I like bounce off the sofa and I'm so ready to like get up and get moving because I've had the minute to wake up. But on the days where you're tired, it's definitely harder to pull yourself off the sofa. My camera died, but I'm just putting my trainers on now. I actually got these sent to me yesterday, which is definitely what's also helping get me out on a run. It's the New Balance Fresh Foams. So I'm excited to try these today. They're supposed to be like the perfect like shoe just to like get the miles in. Like perfect kind of like everyday standard run shoe. And although I'm doing an interval, I don't really have like speedy trainers, so like I just wear my normal trainers on intervals. So I'm gonna give these a go. But what I was saying is once you practice it enough, discipline becomes a habit. Like for me now, especially after the last 2 weeks I had where I kind of was doing this really on and off, this morning routine really on and off and could feel the effects of it. I know that actually isn't an option in which this morning routine doesn't involve getting off the sofa and getting moving. So it's like I let myself have it because I know full well that I will get up and do the rest, because if I don't, I'll just have a bad day and then I've only got myself to blame. And that's kind of what gets me up and going, is like, remember how it feels to not, essentially. I do find it easier sometimes to get myself to the gym than go on a run, just because you have to like time the eating, and like it's obviously cold and it's like, it's just a bit different, isn't it? But shoes on. We have gone for leggings and a long sleeve, which I know I'll probably regret, but right now, like I said, I'm just freezing. So to get myself out the door, like I just need to be in full length clothes. And it's also intervals, so it means like running and walking. So I know in that walking section, I will get cold. If I was going to the gym, I would have left probably about half an hour ago by now. When I'm leaving for the gym, I try and leave it like probably like 7:15 to be honest, so only probably about 20 minutes ago. But when I'm running, because I eat and like need to wait a bit longer, and I wait till it gets like really light outside just to make sure that like, you know, I'm safe and I'm okay, I don't mind leaving that a little bit later, because my runs are shorter at the moment. It means getting back kind of at that right time still, kind of like that 8:15, like 8:30, normally like 8 mark. I'm just on one of my 90-second breaks. The podcast of choice is Anything Goes, Emma Chamberlain's newest one, which is, I think it's called Only You Know What's Good For You or something, which I'm really enjoying, and I've got 3 intervals left, 600, 400, 200. Feeling good. I'm back! Guys, big fan of these New Balance. My run was really good fun. I got some strawberries for breakfast. I'm hoping this video hasn't attracted any new viewers, because if so, you won't quite understand the depth of what I'm about to tell you. When I say I have porridge every single day ever, like I said, if you're not new here, you know this. Porridge every single day ever. Aldi did not have any frozen raspberries last week, and I haven't got the chance to go back since. So I've also got some Greek yogurt to finish. So we are gonna have some Greek yogurt, granola, and strawberries, which is just like typical that the day I'm filming my like absolutely sacred everyday morning routine, I can't have my usual breakfast. But I'm gonna hop in the shower first, and then we can get making breakfast. I'm pretty sure I have showed this in some vlogs and stuff, but I'm just gonna show you my morning skincare because it's part of my morning routine. I'm just dampening my face because I forgot to put this on. Normally I put this on as I leave the shower, like as I'm walking out the bathroom. This is just hyaluronic acid, but it's better to put it on damp skin, so a bit of water on the face. I feel like I have noticed a difference from using hyaluronic acid, and I'm an oily skin girly, so I thought I should steer clear of it. But I feel like my skin, although I've quite clearly still got breakouts and stuff, I think my skin overall looks a lot more like plump and even, like as a result of everything I've been using. Like I don't think what I've been using has completely stopped me from breaking out, because I don't really use anything like acne focused, although these are hormonal because I think I'm supposed to be coming on my period, and they've come through like angry and fast, which they normally do when I'm coming on my period. And then I would normally use vitamin C, but I ran out this weekend, so I'm gonna start using this. This is the Drunk Elephant C Firma liquid serum base. Liquid serum. I use hyaluronic acid, a vitamin C serum, which is now this Drunk Elephant one, but I'll let you know how I get on with it. I do put some caffeine eye cream on if I can remember to do so. And then this is my favorite moisturizer, the Omega water cream, and I use the salicylic acid face wash. This is the go. That is what's helped me so much with my pores. I mean, again, they've not disappeared, but they are so much less. If you have like oily, blackhead prone, acne prone skin, you know, when you touch your nose, this might be gross, and it's like bumpy, that has got rid of that. The only thing that used to get rid of that was like using my Foreo, but now even if I don't use my Foreo, like my skin is always smooth, and it's because of that. I don't normally really make a coffee at mine during the week now because I'm always in WeWork, but I'm kind of like hanging around first things today because I need to go do a food shop and like post some returns and stuff. So I am gonna make myself a coffee. I just use like a double espresso, an espresso pod. And I do get asked which ones my favourite are because it did take me a while to figure out. My favourite is the Dulce double espresso. I'll put it on the screen. And the Bianco, I don't know what they're called. I'll put them on the screen. Those two are my favourite, but the Dolce one is probably my favourite. I'm quite excited actually to sit and have breakfast and a coffee at home. Like I said, I rarely do that now midweek. I absolutely hate buying strawberries when it's not in summer because I think they're just gross, to be honest. But the co-op didn't have any raspberries or any other fruit today, so I just tried to pick the best ones, and I can already see one that's literally mouldy, so that's good. My fave Greek yogurt bowls are just like 0% fat Greek yogurt. And then I do top it off with some My Protein Impact Whey Isolate. Impact Whey Isolate is the best, especially this vanilla one. I go through this like there is no tomorrow. I use so much of it. Even though we're not having porridge, you best believe whatever breakfast I'm having is getting topped with Biscoff, because a morning without Biscoff is just a sad morning to be alive. You've got to make room for the things you absolutely love in life, and this is mine. The frozen raspberry shortage will not stop me from having a Biscoff breakfast. Again, I think we all know this, but I am an Oatly snob. Everybody's giving me Strava kudos. That's the taste of the morning. It's actually really good. This is a solid breakfast option still. In the summer, I would have this more. This is definitely not a preferred winter breakfast, but like I said, sometimes you gotta make do. At this point in the morning, it's always about 9 AM. By the time I've got back, showered, normally I'm ready for the day and eating, but filming and stuff like takes a bit longer. So I'd say I'm probably like 15 minutes behind schedule. So normally I'd be sat like hair all done, probably like makeup, hoops in, like what I'm gonna wear for the day. I just need to like get ready because part of my morning routine recently has been, which is probably silly to some people, but making myself feel really, really good. So I'm gonna eat this and then we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Final part of the morning routine is making sure we are obviously ready for the day. My outfits 99.9% of the time literally consist of Lulualign leggings, some kind of legging and a hoodie. I'm not gonna lie, especially now that it's winter, guys, it's so cold in my apartment. But something I do try and do, and like I said, you're probably thinking, try, like, that's so weird, why do you not already do that? Actually, I kind of need to redo my pony. Is try and make myself feel good, look good, whatever that kind of like means to me that day, like whatever feels right and fitting that day that I want to do. I'm just going to turn you this way so that while I'm looking in the mirror, hopefully you can still kind of see my face. That is a rat's tail. I think it's really easy, especially while working from home, and I know a lot of you also work from home, whether, like whatever it is you're doing, if you're working from home, it's still really important to like feel really good. So if you need to nip out to the shops, or if you just like catch yourself in the mirror, like you just feel good, and it's nice to put a bit of attention, a bit of effort into your appearance, because it makes you just feel good for the rest of the day, makes you feel like you've got your shit together, makes you a bit more confident in like every other area, even if that is just like in a meeting on Zoom and speaking up, because you just feel like you've given yourself almost like that bit of respect and, like I said, attention at the beginning of the day, and like your respect and people paying attention to you does not rely on how you look, but as in a personal thing. When we just feel good from the inside out, we just radiate better vibes. We show up for ourselves better, we have a better day. I find I have much more confident day, like I kind of walk around with my head held high instead of kind of like nobody look at me, which I do sometimes, because the thing about me is I don't really care how I look. Like I don't really care if I look like a bit of a mess in the middle of town. Like I don't really mind if people see me looking like a mess, basically is what I'm trying to say. But I do find that like if I see another cool girly or something, I'm like, oh, wish she thought I looked cool now. Like wish I wore a little cool outfit. Or if like something's gone wrong in the day, I kind of catch myself then being like, oh God, I wish I made, I don't know, just a little bit more effort. And I think when you don't really care what other people think, sometimes you forget to just do it for you. Like if you're not doing it for anyone else, do it for you. And most days that is just putting a little cute scrunchie or ribbon in my hair, always putting some hoops in. I have become very now like, what's the word? aware of my earrings. Like I'm really trying to like build some cooler earring options. Here are some ones I've bought recently. This is for more like obviously going out. Anyway, that is my cozy but productive, whatever that means, whatever that looks like to you. This is what it looks like to me. Morning routine. How I am really helping myself stay a bit sane, a bit stable. At this point, it's normally about 10 a.m. and I'm going off to WeWork, but like I said, today is very much a work from home day. I really do feel like our mornings have such a ginormous impact on our day, and I know you've heard that 100 times, but just know that that doesn't mean you have to wake up at 5, turn around, touch the ground, like change the world. You just have to do whatever is right for you and whatever sets you up for the day. I'm trialing my timings with it and what works and what not, but I find reading and sometimes meditating quite hard in the morning because it makes me really sleepy. Like that's what I do before I go to bed. So I find it quite hard to do in the morning. So I'm trying to like figure out what books work, what timings work, which is why I'll wake up and I journal because I've got no problem. And then I'll get my ice roller and then I'll eat and then I'll read when I'm a bit more awake, breathe some fresh air, and then I'll read. I'll meditate very last thing in the morning, like just before I go out for the gym, or I'll do it now so that I make sure I'm like really awake because that's what works for me. Anyway, I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you take some inspiration from it. You do not have to copy it exactly to have a good day, a good morning. It is whatever that means to you. It is just trial and error. I have trialed many things throughout the years. I've been interested in like the concept of like morning routines and like what is helpful for me since the age of about 16. And I feel like now I'm finally kind of figuring out what works for me and what timings work for me. I hope you have the best day ever, and I will see you. I'm back to once a week unless I've got a really good video idea, because I just felt like I was pushing out content that maybe wasn't the absolute best it could be, and I've got a lot of stuff going on a lot of other platforms right now. So yeah, I think we're gonna be back to, I'm gonna say once a week to every other week. So don't expect a video on Thursday, but who knows, there might be. Mwah, bye, love you guys.